Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. A big tragedy you coming your way, open it now or you will cry. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully, because this is not just another message. It's an emergency of the highest order, and it carries the weight of something you never thought would happen to you. You are moments away from a great spiritual collision, and if you don't open your heart now, you may find yourself grieving something you could have avoided. The energy around you is no longer calm. It is shifted fast, too fast. A deep vibration has started to form in the air around you, and your spirit may already be sensing it. Here is someone connected to your life, possibly even close to you, who is silently drawing you into a storm. Their intentions are not pure, and though they smile, their silence carries betrayal that is about to erupt. Archangel Michael says, this tragedy is not just emotional, it may affect something in your home, your future, or your name. This is why he's ordering you to open your eyes now, before something permanent sets in motion. The clock is ticking louder in the spirit realm. There is no more time left to delay what must be faced. You were given signs, dreams, and strange feelings in the last few nights, and those weren't random. You may have noticed things going wrong suddenly, technology breaking, missed calls, arguments, and tension without cause. These were all warnings, coded alerts sent to you by your angelic protectors to prepare you. But now, the energy has become dense. Someone is intentionally hiding a secret about you, and if it gets out the way they planned, your reputation could be the first thing to burn. Archangel Michael says he sees this clearly. One person is feeding lies into a space you trusted. That person has a purpose, either jealousy, control, or revenge. But they are working fast. A letter, a message, or an old conversation is being weaponized behind closed doors. You are not paranoid, it's really happening, and it's happening now. One wrong word from you could trigger a chain reaction. That's why Michael is here, urgently, forcefully, speaking straight into your soul. Pull away from that person you've been unsure of. Pull your light away before they use your own love to poison you. The tragedy coming is avoidable, but only if you take action today. Your kindness has made you vulnerable, and that's what this individual is using. They have already prepared their excuse. But Michael says there is still one chance left. There is one truth you haven't been told yet, and if you uncover it before the end of this week, you will flip the situation in your favor. A whisper from the divine is louder than the scream of a liar, but it only works when your soul is still enough to listen. Right now, someone hopes you remain distracted while they finish what they started. You've been feeling tired even when you sleep. Your head has been heavy than usual. This is because you're absorbing energy that was never yours to carry. That person is energetically tied to you, and they are draining more than your time. They are connected to a recent delay, whether financial, emotional, or physical. Look at who entered your life in the last 30 days and hasn't truly celebrated you. That's where the thread begins. Archangel Michael says this thread leads to a trap. The person you thought was protecting you is actually planning to move before you do. And when they do, they'll pretend to be shocked at the mess they created. This emergency isn't chaos by accident. It's a strategic spiritual interference, meant to stop you from stepping into your elevation. This is why Michael is sounding the trumpet, because this time, your silence could cost you more than your peace. He's guiding you to check your phone records, revisit an old journal, or replay that moment in your head when your instincts scream something is off. Therein lies the first key. A tragedy doesn't have to be permanent. But if ignored, it becomes a story you wish you'd never lived. One woman and one man are connected to this unfolding storm, and only one of them truly has your back. But the other is orchestrating chaos while pretending to fix you. Archangel Michael is pulling the veil right now. Your soul already knows which one it is. Do not share your plans in the next 72 hours. Hold your goals close. Keep your location and your dreams protected for now. There's a financial opportunity with your name on it. But someone else is trying to take your spot. They believe you won't fight for what's yours, but they're wrong. This person has already tried to submit something under your name or claim credit for an idea you seeded. Their actions are already in motion, but their plans can collapse if you act before the fourth day. Archangel Michael says he's not asking you to fear. He's commanding you to awaken. Because one moment of bold truth now can prevent months of healing later. The spiritual world is not blind to what they did. The angels have recorded it. The lies, the backhanded intentions, the attempt to embarrass you or expose you, all of it. But what they didn't count on is divine intervention. A last-minute interception is being planned for your defense, but only if you follow the divine cues laid before you now. Check your emails, your missed calls, your gut feelings. They are not random. One of them contains a message that changes everything, but only if you open it before this person reaches someone close to you. There is someone who can help, but you must speak to them before the other person does. Archangel Michael says the time to wait is over. The silence ends here. He is surrounding your home right now with warrior angels. You may have even felt the change in air pressure or strange noises last night. That was not your imagination. That was your home being spiritually cleansed in preparation for this truth. This week is a make-or-break moment in your story. After this, a chapter will close and another will begin. But how it begins depends on what you do today. There are blessings on the other side of this danger. Yes, even now. Because your name is still favored, and your destiny is still protected by the Most High. But Michael says this moment, this one, this is not the time to be soft. This is the time to move with holy boldness and end what has been leaking behind your back. This tragedy can become your testimony, but only if you choose courage. You already know too much to pretend you don't see what's happening. Cut off what is draining you. Exit what is confusing you. Silence what is distracting you. Because the person trying to harm you is not done yet. But they can be stopped. There is a divine favor hovering over your name, but also a final warning. If you keep excusing this situation, it will backfire more than you imagine. Archangel Michael says he's giving you a shield of discernment right now. You will begin to notice who lies subtly, who twists words, and who pretends. Before this week ends, a mirror will shatter. Someone's truth will come out in a way they never prepared for. Their own words will betray them, and their masks will drop in front of a person who matters. You will be shocked by how fast their energy turns on you. But you will also feel relieved because now you don't have to guess anymore. Michael says you are going to be lifted, but the lifting begins after the clearing. You cannot bring snakes into your next season. You are being separated to be seen. And when you are seen, doors will open that no man no woman, and no betrayal can block. Don't be afraid of the shaking. The storm is loud, but it is also breaking chains you didn't even realize were still tied to your past. Every delay you faced had a reason. That delay saved you from aligning with someone who was silently building a cage around your light. The emergency is not just what they did, it's what they were trying to make you become. Someone wanted to change your identity, to silence your confidence, and to confuse your worth. But Michael says, enough. The spiritual alarms are ringing, and you are now awakened. What you do with this truth will echo across everything you touch next. There is a new blessing stored for you after this final battle. And this time, no shadow will follow it. But it will cost you the comfort of pretending everything is okay. Someone will cry when they realize you've pulled away. But they'll cry not because they love you, but because they've lost control over you. This tragedy will pass, but your role in it must change now. Step out of the storm. Walk into your freedom. And do it with fire in your heart. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen to break this cycle. You were chosen to overcome, not endure silently. Walk with purpose now. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your angels are with you. The time is now. Open your eyes before the next knock comes. Archangel Michael says the trap was almost perfect, but they made one mistake. They underestimated the divine fire inside you. They thought you were too gentle to fight, too loving to defend, too trusting to see. But your awakening has begun. The veil has lifted, and every lie will now echo back to its source. The betrayal was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal the battleground so you could finally win. You are being called into spiritual clarity. That means things will be revealed sharply, conversations will expose people, accidents will show true colors, and silence will speak louder than shouting. Michael warns that one last message is coming, either a text, a call, or something spoken in passing. Don't ignore it. Hidden inside will be the confirmation you've been waiting for. The universe is rotating in your favor, but this storm is the final test. Stay calm. Stay vigilant. Watch what you say and who you say it to in the next 48 hours. Someone is trying to bait you into reacting. Don't. That reaction will be recorded, remembered, and used against you. Michael urges you to protect your image and your integrity. Even when the lies feel unbearable, your truth will last longer. You are a divine vessel, not a toy for their manipulation. This tragedy was being set in motion for months, but divine forces intervened. You didn't even realize how close you were to complete ruin. That's why Michael is sounding this alarm with such force. There is a conversation happening about you without your permission. You weren't invited, but they are using your name. They think you don't know. One person in that group is secretly on your side. They're trying to warn you in small ways through coded texts, glances, delays. You must read between the lines. Archangel Michael says, watch for the dream. In the next 2-3 nights, you'll receive a warning through a vision. Pay attention to the details, especially the color red, any water, or an animal. Those symbols are sacred. This is a battle of spirit and soul, not flesh. That's why it feels confusing. But Michael promises, the truth always wins, even if it's slow, even if it's silent. Someone you once trusted with a secret is now using it as leverage. They are hinting at your past, trying to manipulate the present. But they've already failed. What they don't know is Archangel Michael has already dismantled their plans in the heavenly realm. You are being protected even while you sleep. That emotional breakdown you had recently wasn't weakness. It was the angels flushing pain from your chest, preparing you to carry new strength. And now a shift is here. You will feel it in your body first. A sudden cold breeze, a flutter in your heart, a vibration near your window. That's not coincidence. That's presence. The presence of Archangel Michael and his warriors surrounds you now. Your name has been called out in heavenly meetings. You were chosen for this battle because you are the one who survives it. Not just survives, transforms through it. Your enemies will be confused by your rise. They expected you to break, to cry, and to crawl. Instead, they'll watch you stand. Michael says your time of hiding is over. Your purpose will no longer wait. But before the blessing arrives, this final spiritual trap must be disarmed. And it begins with one decision: cut ties. Block what weakens you. Pray over your home. And walk forward without guilt. Don't ask why they did it. Their actions are born of shadows, jealousy, fear, and lack. You were the light that triggered their wounds. But you are not the cause of their darkness. Archangel Michael says, stop blaming yourself. You love sincerely. You helped without expecting. You stayed when others ran. That's not your flaw, it's your divine code. But now the code is being rewritten. No more cycles. No more sorrow disguised as loyalty. No more smiling while dying inside. This tragedy ends with your strength, and the world will witness it. You will not need revenge. You will rise, and that will be the loudest justice of all. You've been seen. You've been chosen. And now, you've been warned. This is your call to act, not shrink. To protect, not explain. To step into power, not stay in confusion. The divine is ready to reward you for surviving this silent war. Everything they took will return in a double portion. But only once you let go of what's trying to bury you. A letter, an apology, or even a bribe might arrive soon. Do not be fooled. It's a test of your growth. They want to keep you in the old energy, but you're not that version of yourself anymore. Archangel Michael says, you passed through too much fire to go back to the ashes. Let them feel your absence. Let the silence speak. Let the angels handle what your soul is done holding. Tonight, light a candle if you can. Pray over your name. Clean your space and claim your protection. Speak your truth out loud even if no one is around to hear. Heaven is listening. Because the tragedy meant to destroy you is now the testimony that will crown you. And no weapon formed, no whisper spread, no plan forged can undo what has been divinely sealed. You are not alone. You were never alone. And this message reached you for a reason. Archangel Michael says, you have been warned. Now rise. The light is waiting. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The divine is moving. The message has been delivered. You are protected. You are rising. Let the storm come, you are ready. Archangel Michael says there are moments in life where silence becomes dangerous, where being still becomes costly. This is that moment for you. This is not about fear. It's about awareness, about taking your power back before someone else writes your next chapter, without your permission. The signs have been subtle but constant: people pulling away, odd messages from strangers, a gut feeling when you're around a certain individual. That's not paranoia. That's your soul being tapped by the divine. Someone is actively working behind the scenes to position you as the villain in a story you never agreed to be part of. Their words are dressed in half-truths. Their actions are coated in manipulation. But Michael sees it all. He's already ahead of them. You don't need revenge, you need alignment. Because alignment opens doors that deceit never can. There's one person who keeps showing up at the worst times. Notice that. They appear when you're almost at peace. They call when you're healing. They message you when you're about to move on. That's not random. Michael wants you to understand something clearly. Some people aren't assigned to your life. They're sent as distractions. The emergency is that you've been tolerating too much, forgiving too quickly, explaining too often. You've carried grace for everyone, but now that grace must be directed inward. This next blessing isn't for the version of you who bends for others. It's for the version of you who stands. The divine doesn't want you to break relationships out of anger, but to detach out of clarity. And once you do, something beautiful will enter silently. A shift, a give, a restoration. A sacred opportunity is being delivered to you, but if the wrong people are near, they'll block it with their energy. That's why Archangel Michael is shouting in spirit. Distance is protection. Silence is power. Boundaries are blessings. You've grown stronger, wiser, more intuitive. But if you keep allowing chaos near you, your glow will dim. This is the emergency. Someone is anchoring you to suffering so you don't fly into your purpose. They do it through guilt, through sweet words followed by sharp actions, through emotional games. And that ends tonight. Michael is drawing the line. You are no longer available for manipulation. And the universe is ready to show you what happens when you walk away from people who never deserved to stay. You will not regret it. In fact, you'll breathe differently, sleep better, speak freer. There's a conversation happening in private that will surface in public soon. It could hurt if you're not prepared. But if you've already taken back your power, you'll be untouchable. This is why you must act now. Because what is whispered today could be public tomorrow. Don't wait until your name is twisted. Step ahead of it with truth. Someone is watching how you respond to pressure. Their goal is to provoke, not to resolve. They want to label you as unstable while they pretend to be the victim. But Michael sees through that game. He's about to flip the table in your favor. The very person trying to embarrass you will be exposed in the very circle they used to harm you. And you'll rise without ever having to retaliate. You may not realize this, but someone fears your next move. That's why they're trying so hard to keep you stuck. They know if you step into your next chapter, you'll become unstoppable. The tragedy they tried to build for you, they'll end up standing in it themselves. Divine justice is not always loud. Sometimes it's a door closing, a spotlight shifting, a truth revealed at the right time. Michael says, everything is about timing. and this is your divine time. You can no longer afford to delay the exit. What you tolerate today may cost you peace for the next 5 years. You've been warned. Now take action. Not from fear but from alignment. Because the angels are behind you, and your steps are being directed by heaven itself. You've suffered quietly for far too long. You've defended people who would never do the same for you. You smiled while crying inside. And now, Michael says, your soul is done pretending. This final push is going to be uncomfortable. You might lose people. You might hear rumors. You might be misunderstood. But what you gain will be yourself. And that version of you will be powerful, untouchable, elevated. You won't need to beg for love or understanding anymore. You'll be surrounded by people who feel you without having to explain yourself. But only if you follow this call. Archangel Michael didn't bring you here to scare you. He brought you here to set you free. The tragedy they meant for you will return to sender. And when it does, you'll be too far ahead to even notice. Because your focus won't be on proving them wrong, it'll be on building the life they never thought you could have. A life where you're free. A life where peace is your default. A life where your name opens doors, not triggers gossip. But that life begins with a decision. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. You've already waited long enough. This is your emergency awakening. This is your divine intervention. Michael says, no more waiting for a sign. This is the sign. This is the shift. This is the separation before the elevation. Watch for 3 things in the next 48 hours. 1. A dream that makes no sense but leaves you feeling something heavy. You. A person from your past reaching out with fake kindness. 3. A mistake that leads you to the truth you weren't looking for. Each one will be a spiritual marker. Each one will guide you closer to the breakthrough. But only if you're bold enough to move with faith, not fear. The tragedy is close, but your power is closer. And when you stand in it fully, nothing will have the ability to break you again. Archangel Michael says, the storm is real, but so is your armor. So is your calling. So is your victory. You don't just survive, you transform. Let this be the moment you choose yourself. Not selfishly, but soulfully. Because when you're aligned, you bless everyone around you. The people who left, let them. The truth that hurts, face it. The shift that feels scary, step into it. Because the greatest tragedy is not what they did to you, it's you continuing to let them. And now that ends. Michael says, you are no longer available for suffering. You are a carrier of light. You are sacred. You are chosen. And the emergency has passed because you listened. You listened, and now you arise. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. And with that, the message has been delivered. The protection is in place. The new path has begun. And I'll walk fearless, powerful, awakened. Archangel Michael says, now that you've received this divine alert, you are no longer the same. A shift has already begun in the spiritual realm. The moment you opened your heart to this warning, the chains they tried to wrap around you started to break. They thought you wouldn't find out. They thought you'd stay blind. But heaven never lets injustice go unanswered when it concerns one of its own. You are not just someone passing through pain. You are a soul with a sacred assignment. That's why the attacks were so precise. That's why the betrayals hit so deeply. Because your light threatens every shadow that still refuses to heal. This tragedy forming in the background wasn't born of fate, it was born of jealousy. And now, it's being crushed by divine fire. Archangel Michael urges you to prepare not with fear, but with wisdom. Clean your space. Pray aloud. Write down the names of people who bring confusion. You don't need to accuse them, you just need clarity. You are about to be elevated in a way that shocks even your enemies. The very ones trying to break you will be forced to witness your transformation. And when they do, they'll wonder how you rose after what they did. But Michael knows the answer: divine resilience. What they threw at you was designed to destroy, but it only refined you. Now is the moment to move in silence. You don't owe anyone an explanation. If your soul says distance, then distance is the blessing. There is one more test before your peace returns. A confrontation may arise. Someone may try to pull you into drama. Don't take the bait. This is your final exam. Walk away. Let the silence speak. Let the divine respond. Because heaven is about to vindicate you in ways you never imagined. The tears you've cried in secret, the prayers you whispered in exhaustion, they've reached higher than any scream. And now, the response is here. Not loud, not aggressive, but divine. Archangel Michael says, the ones who try to sabotage chosen ones often forget. Divine timing never misses. And your time is right now. Be mindful of signs around you: birds appearing in unusual places, flickering lights, sudden headaches when thinking of a certain person. These are energetic alerts. Heaven is communicating. Don't ignore that voice in your gut. That's not anxiety, it's divine protection. Michael placed it there to help you escape what was never meant for your spirit. Someone close has been repeating your words to the wrong ears. That's how your plans keep getting blocked. But you are about to be hidden from those who seek to use you. Hidden and healed. Because God is not just removing people, He's replacing them with real ones. With those who carry truth, not pretense. Love, not agendas. This warning didn't come to scare you. It came to arm you. To clothe you in discernment. To protect your next move. Because your next move will be the one that changes everything. And those who tried to write your story for you, they'll no longer have the pen. Heaven has taken it back. And the author of all life is rewriting your script with fire and favor. You are going to look back at this moment one day and whisper, that was the day I was saved. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because this wasn't just a message. It was a rescue mission. Delivered by the Archangel of War and Victory himself. Archangel Michael says, you will not sink. You will not lose. You will not be left behind. The storm is strong, but so is the hand that holds you through it. Someone will be shocked by your silence. They expected retaliation. Instead, you chose peace. That peace will speak volumes. That peace will haunt them more than your anger ever could. And just when they think they've erased you, the universe will reintroduce you in power. You won't need to explain your comeback, your light will speak for itself. This is the last time you'll let someone dim you just to keep the peace. From this moment forward, your life will reflect who you truly are, not who others want you to be. A divine meeting is being held on your behalf. Ancestors, angels, and your spiritual team are gathering. Decisions are being made. Paths are being cleared. Your name hath been mentioned with reverence in the realms you cannot yet see. That's why your spirit has felt unsettled. The divine is shifting your entire timeline. The enemy knows it. That's why they've launched this tragedy attempt so close to your breakthrough. But it's already been stopped in spirit. And soon, the physical world will catch up. You will see the trap fall apart before your eyes. You will watch confusion return to the one who created it. Your soul was not made to live in chaos. You are here for peace, for purpose, for legacy. And anything less is no longer acceptable. Archangel Michael says, don't go back to what you had to heal from. Don't answer calls from chaos. Don't entertain what you had to pray your way out of. Let this moment mark your rise. Let this message be your sword. You are stepping into power now, not because you're angry, but because you're done being small. What comes next will be shocking in the best way. You'll understand why everything had to happen the way it did. The betrayal, the silence, the delays. It was all building a platform for your unshakable elevation. And when that elevation comes, you will walk in rooms your enemies never thought you'd see. You will speak with voices they tried to mute. You will wear peace like armor. And no lie will touch you again. Michael says this is the end of the attack. The breaking of the generational pattern. The clearing of the karmic fog. You outgrown the cycle. Don't explain. Don't beg. Don't apologize for waking up. They'll either align with your growth or remove themselves. Either way, you win. The emergency has passed because you listened. Because you took the call. Because your spirit refused to sleep through the alarm. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the final warning has been delivered. Now rise. Walk in your truth. And let no tragedy claim your light again. The heavens are watching. And they are proud. You've made it through the fire. Now prepare to be crowned. Archangel Michael says there's a reason your heart kept beating even in the midst of the chaos. A reason you survived what others couldn't. A reason your soul still whispers hope in the darkest hours. That reason is divine protection. You have been spared not because you're lucky, but because you're chosen. This storm that was coming for you, this tragedy they planned was meant to silence you, to leave you trembling. But you are still here, and now you're awake. You've walked through shadows pretending everything was fine. You smiled while bleeding inside. You held peace in rooms where no one noticed your sacrifice. But the days of hiding your strength are over. Michael says, this is not a recovery season, it is a rise. You are not returning to who you were. You are becoming someone no one has ever seen before, a force wrapped in grace and protected by fire. Someone you trusted couldn't handle your light. So they tried to dim it through confusion. They whispered lies about you, not because they had truth, but because they had fear. Fear of what your presence does to their comfort. Fear of how your truth challenges their narrative. But Michael says, no lie can prosper against the protected. The emergency wasn't just about danger, it was about identity. They tried to shift how others saw you. They tried to rewrite your story in their words. But heaven has kept the original script. That script says you are powerful, that you are blessed, that you will overcome, and that no manipulation can hold what God has chosen to set free. You will feel lighter soon, not because your situation is perfect, but because you finally chose yourself. You will walk with more clarity, not because they stopped lying, but because you stopped listening. Michael says, your breakthrough is no longer waiting. It's already on its way. And the only thing that can block it now is you allowing the past to keep speaking. Let the past be silent. Let the betrayal go cold. Let the lies fall flat. Because your future is built on truth, not tension. There's a release coming to your life that will leave even you in awe. Peace in your chest. Rest in your sleep. Laughter in your voice. That's what's next. But it all begins here with this message. With this emergency alert. With this decision to finally say no more. No more pain that looks like love. No more friendship that hides jealousy. No more fake apologies. Michael says, let them misunderstand you. Let them twist your story. Let them think they've won. You're not here to prove a point, you're here to fulfill a promise. And that promise is bigger than gossip. Bigger than sabotage. Bigger than fear. Your destiny has already been paid for in full. Heaven is only asking you to stop shrinking and start receiving. Because what's coming next will replace every loss with something stronger. Someone will regret losing you. Not because they cared, but because they lost access to what they could no longer manipulate. That's not your burden anymore. That's their karma. Archangel Michael says the season of endurance has ended. This is now a season of receiving. Receiving justice. Receiving restoration. Receiving real love. But your hands must be empty to receive. So drop what no longer fits in your future. Drop the need to explain yourself. Drop the weight of what they did. Drop the guilt of walking away. The angels are waiting with your name already written on the next blessing. Don't miss it by staying stuck where you no longer belong. This message found you on time. You didn't open this by accident. You opened it because your spirit cried out for confirmation, and heaven responded. Every spiritual battle you faced has prepared you for this final moment of release. Don't be afraid of the silence. Don't be afraid of starting again. Michael says, the silence is sacred. In it, you will hear your purpose again. In it you will meet your peace. In it, your true circle will find you not through noise, but through alignment. Let go. Trust the unfolding. What's coming is louder than what left. And it's laced with love, not lies. With honor, not harm. With peace, not punishment. Even now, someone is watching your page, your progress, your glow. They're shocked. They didn't think you'd make it. But Michael smiles because you weren't meant to just survive, you were meant to shine. You are stepping into a season of divine recognition. People will start seeing you for who you truly are, not who others claimed you were. The same mouths that tried to curse you will speak your name with awe. The same rooms you were kept out of will now require your presence to thrive. Because your story isn't ending in tragedy. It's rising in victory. And no storm, no betrayal, No enemy can change what heaven has sealed. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are right on time. The emergency was the final test. And now that you've passed, you are free to walk forward with nothing holding you back. Michael says prepare. Prepare to feel joy again. Prepare to sleep through the night again. Prepare to look in the mirror and smile with no reason. Your restoration is not delayed, it's been scheduled with precision. And this message was the final alarm before your next level arrives. Don't look back. Don't explain your peace. Don't shrink to fit small expectations. You are not who they said you were, you are who God declared you to be. The final steps are simple. Protect your energy. Release old pain. Move in silence. Speak only when guided. And above all, trust the unfolding. Because Archangel Michael is already 3 steps ahead of your enemies. And the victory is already won in the spirit realm. You were never forgotten. You were never unprotected. You were never without help. You were always being led to this moment. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This emergency has now turned into a divine emergence. You're no longer escaping the fire, you are rising from it. Stronger. Brighter. Unstoppable. Archangel Michael says the warning is over. The breakthrough has begun. Now go. The heavens are watching. And your story is about to change forever. Archangel Michael says your breakthrough wasn't just delayed. It was fortified behind the scenes. Every moment they tried to destroy your name, angels were placing a crown on it. Every lie they told became the bricks to build your elevation. This emergency didn't arrive to scare you. It came to wake you up. Because you were about to hand your light back to people who only showed up when it was convenient. But not anymore. Now you see clearly. You are no longer the person who bends just to be accepted. You are the one who sets the standard now. You've cried the last tear for people who never deserved access to your kindness. Michael says stand still and let the heavens handle the rest. The sword has been drawn in the spirit. The battle has already been won. All that's left now is for you to walk forward without fear. The emergency was a redirection. A protection from what looked like a blessing but was really a betrayal dressed in disguise. That person who suddenly grew quiet. That wasn't coincidence. That was exposure. They were never meant to walk into the next season with you. They only understood the old version of you. The dimmed down, overgiving, afraid to be alone version. But that version has ended. You stepped into your sacred power now. That's why the shift feels uncomfortable. That's why certain doors are closing without notice. Michael says that's not rejection, that's spiritual clearance. Your path is being made holy again. It's being wiped clean of footprints that don't match your purpose. And the more you let go, the quicker your peace will return. There is no more time for doubt. No more space for hesitation. You've been delayed long enough by trying to carry people who never carried you. But now you're the one being carried by the divine. You'll notice the difference in your days. What used to drain you will feel distant. What used to hurt you will feel irrelevant. This is not numbness, it's healing. Archangel Michael says, you are being lifted from the battlefield and placed onto sacred ground. This is your recovery season, and it is going to look like everything they tried to block. Your health will rise. Your name will shine. Your finances will stabilize. And your joy, it will return like a wave, powerful and pure. One more thing. You are going to receive unexpected communication soon. It might be from someone who wronged you. It might be from someone who watched and said nothing. Michael warns, do not let guilt reopen a door that heaven has already closed. Not everyone deserves access to the healed version of you. Some people only existed to trigger the change. And now that you've changed, they no longer fit the assignment. You don't owe them a seat at your table. You owe yourself peace. Let their silence speak. Let their absence confirm the truth. Because once you stop chasing validation, you'll finally see who stands with you when there's nothing left to take. The divine is about to reward your silence. You didn't expose them when you could have. You didn't lower yourself when provoked. You didn't try to win a war in a room full of snakes. That dignity is why you're being crowned in silence. The ones who mocked your silence will soon watch your celebration, and they won't be invited. Archangel Michael says you did the hard part. You endured without losing your soul. Now, watch what heaven does in return. You are stepping into divine reversal. A tears become testimony. The pain becomes purpose. The betrayal becomes the doorway to your blessings. Even as you read this, energy is shifting around you. Some people are becoming restless. That's not your fault, it's your elevation revealing who they truly are. And that's okay. Let them fall away. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Because the next move won't be loud, it will be divinely obvious. You won't need to convince anyone. The glow on your life will do it for you. The right people will feel your truth without explanation. Michael says don't look back. Don't revisit conversations just to feel understood. Don't return to pain just to prove your loyalty. What's ahead is worth more than what's familiar. This message is your confirmation. The war was real. The danger was near. But the angels have stepped in. You are no longer walking alone. Every step you take now will be watched over, sealed with purpose, and fueled by grace. Expect the unexpected blessing. Expect clarity. Expect truth to arrive wrapped in strange packaging. And when it comes, receive it boldly. Archangel Michael says you've been through enough. Now, prepare for the season that erases every reason you ever question your worth. Let the past fall away like dust. Let old versions of you be buried with old expectations. You were not born to live in confusion. You were born to move mountains. They wanted you to doubt yourself. Instead, you discovered who you are. They wanted to shame you. Instead, you found your sacred voice. And now that you've stepped into that light, nothing can touch you without divine permission. You are no longer exposed, you are covered. No more pretending. No more surviving. This is your rebirth. And the emergency was the final push into your new name, your new space, your new reality. The silence after the storm. That's the sound of your soul remembering who it is. That's peace. That's God. That's the reward. So breathe. Stand tall. Let the past echo behind you, because it can't follow you anymore. You've outgrown it. You've outlived it. You overcome it. Michael says now rise. Not slowly, not quietly, but with bold, divine power, because you are walking into the promise. And when they ask how you survive it, you won't need to say a word. The glory over your life will speak for itself. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, it's no longer an emergency. You listened. You changed. You moved. Now, receive everything you were promised. The wait is over. The crown is yours. Archangel Michael says every second you continued greeting, a layer of your old pain peeled away. With each word absorbed, you stepped further into healing. This isn't just a message, it's a spiritual activation. You're not the same as you were at the beginning. The angels have recorded your decision to listen. And now, your name is being moved up higher in alignment, higher in protection, higher in divine purpose. The tragedy they planned, that has already turned into the soil beneath your elevation. They will see you glow with the very light they tried to smother. And the parts of your story that once shamed you will become your crown jewels. Archangel Michael reminds you, no weapon formed against a chosen soul can last. It might make noise. It might rattle your heart. But it cannot win. You'll feel it in the coming days, doors open without effort, connections restored without force, clarity received without pain. This is the reward of obedience, the spiritual reward of trusting the divine before you had proof. There will be whispers. People will wonder how you survived. Some will try to come back. Some will want access again. But you'll know the difference now. You'll recognize energy, not just words. You are no longer just hoping for peace, you are becoming peace. And peace will now become your protection. If anything disturbs that peace, you'll immediately know it's not for you. This next chapter requires no explanations, no revenge, no stage. Just your presence, your alignment, and your full awareness that you made it. Archangel Michael says the heavens are rejoicing because you didn't give up. Even when you were tired. Even when you were betrayed. Even when you didn't understand why so much was being taken from you. But now you will see it clearly. Nothing was taken to punish you. It was all removed to protect you. The universe was not denying you, it was disarming the traps before you arrived. And now it is time to receive. Not just surface-level blessings, but soul-level restoration. The kind that makes you forget the weight of past sorrow. The kind that makes your spirit dance again. Michael says, don't resist the joy. Let it in. Let it wash over the places inside you that have gone quiet. You were made for this moment. You are going to laugh again, not because everything is perfect, but because your soul will remember what safety feels like. You will feel protected again, grounded again, alive again. The chaos will try to whisper again. The past might knock one more time. But now you're too wise. You won't answer. You won't fall back. Because this time, your foundation is built on clarity, not compromise. On truth, not tolerance. On divine fire, not borrowed light. Michael declares, the storm has passed. The enemy has lost. Your spirit has won. And what's coming next is not just a reward, it's an arrival. You're arriving into the life that was always waiting for the real you. You don't need to explain how you made it through. You don't need to relive the pain to prove how strong you are. Your energy will tell the story. The glow on your face, the stillness in your soul, the confidence in your steps. These will testify for you. These will be your living proof. And those who once tried to shake you, they'll be silenced not by your voice but by your evolution, by the blessings that speak louder than any accusation ever could. Michael says prepare, not in fear, in faith. Because when your door opens, it will not open halfway. It will open wide, and it will be undeniable. You are about to witness miracles back to back. Divine timing will be so precise, it will feel scripted. But this is not a story you borrowed, it's the story you were born for. The people who doubted you will wonder how. But the ones who prayed for you, they will weep with joy when they see how God moves for you. Because you weren't just chosen to survive, you were chosen to demonstrate what protection looks like when heaven fights for you. This is why you went through the pain. Not for punishment, but for position you. And now, your position is higher, clearer, and untouchable. Let this be your confirmation. Heavy check mark, you are no longer under attack. Heavy check mark, you are no longer silenced. Heavy check mark, you are no longer in danger. Heavy check mark, you are no longer in waiting. You are in ascension. You are in flow. You are in the middle of a divine plot twist. And the people who counted you out, they are about to see who really stood behind you all along. Michael says the time for hiding is over. Let your voice rise again. Let your confidence return. Let your dreams come alive again. And this time don't hold back. Don't wait for permission. Don't seek approval. Just become what you were always meant to be. You are not who the pain tried to make you. You are not who they painted you to be. You are a divine vessel washed, restored, sealed in glory. No emergency can stop what has already been written in the heavens. No loss can erase the favor on your name. No delay can undo the momentum that has now begun. You are not too late. You are right on divine schedule. And everything that was lost will return with interest. Archangel Michael says rest now. The storm has passed. What's next is peace, overflow, and elevation. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. The alarm has sounded. The warning has been heard. The tragedy had been defeated. And you are walking straight into victory. It's done.